Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yesterday we saw the major reveal for Warzone 2 updated gameplay from our first initial look back at it at Call of Duty Next, and also a DMZ gameplay reveal first look as well. Now, we've already gone through and broken down what DMZ gameplay is like in a video from yesterday afternoon. If you haven't caught that one, it'll be linked at the end of this video on screen and then also in the description below. But Warzone 2, good grief, we have seen some major gameplay changes since we first saw it debut back at Call of Duty Next. And when it did debut at Next, it was kind of controversial because it wasn't super similar to Warzone 1. They changed a lot of systems that a lot of players felt worked well in Warzone 1, but now we have even more gameplay changes to go through and break down. Starting first with loadouts, because this obviously is a core component of what Warzone is. Without loadouts, Warzone frankly is just another generic standard battle royale, and that's a market that's already obviously very saturated. In order for Warzone to stand out, loadouts really kind of have to be there. Now, yes, it does dumb down the battle royale aspect of it. I think that's a very objective statement. It makes it feel like Call of Duty, but you still have that battle royale gameplay environment, right? Well, initially with Call of Duty Next, word got out that loadouts were going to be locked behind buying a single primary in the buy station for very, very, very high prices compared to other things that were available, and that didn't sit well with a ton of players. And it turns out that the leaks and rumors that we had about loadouts coming back did in fact come to fruition. Similar to the original Warzone, loadouts play a large role in what makes this game unique. In this new era, players will have quicker access to their loadout's primary benefit, the primary weapon. So they're really focusing on giving players one of their loadout weapons, their main primary weapon, through a handful of different ways in game. That said, full loadouts are available. They're just not going to be as dominant and as frequent, it seems like, as they were back in Warzone 1. But the first way you can end up getting a loadout in Warzone 2 is via the buy station or the shops. You can use the in-match cash that you acquire to actually purchase your primary weapon from your created loadout. In and of itself, you can go through and just buy your straight up weapon, your primary, right away. Now, there's also a loadout drop public event, just like in Warzone 1 where the free loadouts come in. However, this time around, it's not like your team loadout drops 150 meters away from wherever you're at, right? Instead, loadout drops are going to happen all over the map with this public event, but anyone can access those drops. It's not team specific. So Team A, Team B, and Team C could all use the same one loadout drop to get their weapons, which is going to create chaos at that loadout drop and really drive action and drive engagements towards those areas. So that's going to be a very hectic area to be early game. You can also get your full loadout through strongholds and black sites. And what you guys are seeing in the background is actually some footage from Modern Warzone. Doug, he was actually kind enough to let me use this footage. So if you guys want to go and check him out, I know he's trying to grow his YouTube right now. That'll be linked down below, and feel free to go follow him over on Twitter as well. But they were actually able to complete a stronghold mission and get their full loadout there with his primary, his secondary, the equipment, the perks on there, the whole nine, right? So loadouts are still going to be readily available here in Warzone 2. Now, Warzone 2 also sees some major changes to looting. Back at Call of Duty Next, the looting was very slow, very tedious. You'd open a chest, you have to navigate that as an inventory backpack style system. Well, now we have a hybrid looting system. There is a backpack system where you go through, and if you take out a player, they have a body bag backpack that you have to navigate. Your inventory itself is a backpack system where you can carry a certain amount of things. And honestly, the HUD, the overall UI for it's very similar to the old Warzone in the way that it works, and it's relatively easy to understand. However, when it comes to looting things like chests and crates, those are going to spill out just like they did in Warzone 1, and that looting dynamic is going to be just like it was before, so not too much confusion there. And that to me is a solid system, having the best of both worlds for that. Another big concern for Warzone 2 was the player count, because back at Call of Duty Next, it was maxed out at 102, and Al Mazrah is a pretty big map. But now we have it confirmed with this newest gameplay reveal for Warzone 2 that 150 players is going to be the lobby standard. So we are cranking back up to that, and hopefully that means the pacing of gameplay is going to be nice and fast. As we continue to go throughout all these new changes with Warzone 2, just a reminder, if you guys are new to the channel, around 54% of viewers watching are not already subscribed, and we are on the road to 900,000 subs. Every day, basically since MW2 dropped, over 1,000 new subs have joined the channel, so if that's you, I seriously appreciate it, and if you haven't subbed yet, and you want to get us closer to that 900k goal, this is the best place to stay up to date with all things going on in COD, news, updates, class setups, tips, you name it, I got you covered every single day. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well, would be seriously appreciated. But moving on, the Gulag was another point of interest, if you will, sort of pun intended, with Warzone 2, because they were changing it up. Obviously, the 1v1 Gulag was an icon in Warzone 1, and this year for Warzone 2, they decided to go down a 2v2 route where you'd have to scavenge in the Gulag for your loot, pick it up, and then, you know, take out enemies. They've actually done away with that a bit. Now it's still 2v2. You're gonna be paired up with a random player in game, but you're all presented with the exact same loadout. They said shotguns and pistols is what's going to be there right away, alongside a nade, both a lethal and a tactical. There is, though, still loot in the center of the map that you can actually pick up, but that's how you're gonna win the Gulag, is taking out that other team, or if you go through the Jailer. This is a brand new feature. And the Jailer is going to appear in the middle of the match to help speed up combat if the Gulag's not, you know, going fast and not ending. You have to defeat the Jailer, though, with all 4 players, or you can team up with the enemy, basically, to defeat the Jailer, because defeating the Jailer returns everyone back to the Battle Royale. So you can try and fight your enemies if you want, take them out and win the Gulag like that, or you can try and team up with them and beat the Jailer, which is a really, really cool mechanic. So instead of the basic overtime that we saw before, we have that now as a way to sort of end a stalemate. However, if neither team or the Jailer is eliminated after a brief period of time, everyone will lose. So there is still a way to lose the Gulag if no one's doing anything productive, right? So definitely be on the lookout for that. Now, another major change that we weren't fully sure if it was going to be in the final version of the game or not was the movement upgrades that obviously, you know, would fit more with MW 2019 and Warzone 1 style of gameplay with the slide canceling and the bunny hopping, but the movement this time around, exact same as it is in MW2 multiplayer, with no slide canceling, where honestly sliding is a very punishing aspect of gameplay. It's really not all that great in my opinion, but also no bunny hopping either. It's very much so pretty standard movement for the most part, with the exception of, you know, some dolphin diving. You can still jump shot, but bunny hopping, not a mechanic. Slide canceling, not a mechanic either. Then the final big change apparently is the fact that there is, I guess, some kind of nuke. Now, basically I Do Work was on his stream at the Infinity Ward Studios, and I'm pretty sure he was serious, because he said that they told them that there's a way to get a nuke in the game, and it is not easy, but if you get it, it will end the entire game. They didn't specify how to get it, and again, maybe he's trolling, but I don't think he is. I feel like they were pretty serious about this when it comes to what the devs were saying, so that could potentially be a thing you could go after with Warzone 2. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see, you know, if that happens in a match. I'll see that with my own eyes, see the clip on Twitter. I'm sure day one someone could figure it out if it is in fact a thing. But overall, Warzone 2 gameplay definitely saw a lot of updates from the Call of Duty Next event. And in general, it is highly upgraded from, you know, Warzone 1, or changed from Warzone 1, I guess you could say, is a more objective term, because upgrades, you know, some players might not like some of the changes, but overall it looks pretty promising. The Al Mazrah map does look very entertaining in my opinion, and we are just a couple of days now away from getting our hands on Warzone 2 and DMZ here on November 16th with Season 1 of Modern Warfare 2. But all that being said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. And if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, class setups, tips, everything going on between MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ is right here. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WHosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.